Hello and welcome back to another XeroLinux video. This is another short one I'm gonna be making. In this one, I just want to show you all the XeroLinux users out there how to install and use Virt-Manager, Qemu Virt-Manager on XeroLinux. This only applies to XeroLinux. It doesn't apply to any other distro out there. Each distro does things differently. I use a special package which does everything for you except a step or two that you have to do manually. This is XeroG, the GNOME edition. So the same thing can be done on the KDE edition, of course. The package is not any different. So once you install XeroLinux, you'll be welcomed with this tool, the XeroLinux Hello. It's the same on KDE and GNOME. Once you see this tool, you click on Install Applications. Yes, there's an application installer in the tool that everybody keeps missing for some reason. So without further ado, let's do this. You go to Virtualization to install Virt-Manager. It's all the way at the end. You got GNOME boxes, Qemu with quick GUI. I'm not going to explain each and every one. Virt-Manager, VirtualBox, and VMware Workstation. Yes, I include VMware Workstation for those coming from Windows that who are more comfortable in on VMware. Although it's a proprietary piece of software, you can use it for free. All right. You click this, install selected. You type your password, hit enter, and wait for it to install. I will be right back once it's installed. Okay, now that it has been installed and we have rebooted the system, you can also install it via this command, sudo pacman -s virt-manager meta and reboot. You can do that as well if you don't want to use the tool. Again, this only applies to XeroLinux, nothing else, because we have a special package. Once we have rebooted, we have to run these two commands. Since I already have it run, but you paste it in terminal, you hit enter, and then you copy this one, and paste it in, hit enter again, and you're up and running. You close terminal, you close this window, and the link to the forum thread will be in the video's description. You just type virt, and there you go. You launch it and you wait a little bit for it to connect. And okay, here I'm going to show you how to create a virtual machine. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I create a virtual machine? What is a storage pool, etc., etc. So here I'm going to show you. Okay, you select a local ISO, of course, but we don't have an ISO right here. But anyway, you go forward, you browse to the ISO. If you don't have it in the default location, which is in the var libvirt images pool, if you don't want it to be there, since you require root privileges, you just create a, let's say, ISO folder, browse, go to your home directory, create a folder called ISO, create a folder, click open, click finish. It's going to create a new pool, storage pool. And now if you want to add, where do you want to create your hard drives? Like, for example, like in VMware or VirtualBox, where are you going to store your virtual machines? So you click add again, you create VMs with a small s. You do the same thing. You go to home, you create a new directory, you call it VMs, create, open, finish. Now you got yourself an ISO pool and a VM pool. And you want to create a new hard drive here. Okay. And of course it's QCOW2. You call it, what are you going to install? Endeavor OS. QCOW2, give it the size. I'm going to give it 32 gigs. It doesn't allocate the full size unless you check this box. You click finish. It's gonna take a while. It depends on your machine. If you're running on a hard drive or an NVMe, Okay, that's done. You close this window, and now you say ArchLinux. Okay, I'm going to install ArchLinux. All right, forward. Oh, Intel. Oh, okay. You need to. Whatever. Let's select this one because it's already mounted. XeroG Dev. You click forward. Here, 2048. CPU's 2. Forward. Here you select or create custom storage. Remember, we created one earlier. You select this, choose volume, forward, call it Endeavor OS. Network selection, it says inactive because we are inside a virtual machine doing this on, we're installing a virtual machine inside of a virtual machine. Talk about inception. And you make sure you select customize configuration before install. Finish. Yes. This is very important. This hypervisor details is very important. This is for UEFI. If you are using BIOS, you just select BIOS. Quite simple. But since I'm on UEFI, I can hit use this one quite simply. CPUs, make sure everything is okay. SATA CD-ROM, blah, blah. Everything is okay. And for graphics, make sure Virt-IO is selected and do not mess with this. Keep it at a dash. If you click it and you create a check mark, it's not going to start the VM. For some odd reason, it doesn't work. For me, I tried it. It always ends up in failure and you cannot revert back. So the only way to revert back is by creating a brand new VM. So you hit apply. Everything is okay. You click begin installation. Unable to complete the requested operation. Network default. Yeah. Ignore this error. I'm doing it inside a VM. Network cannot be started. But once all this is done, you just hit begin installation and everything will work just fine. But since I'm doing it inside a VM, it's a hit or miss because the network default cannot be started. Default is already being used on the host. So it's creating a loop. It doesn't work inside a VM. With that being said, there's nothing much else to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments section below if this guide was helpful or not. And follow me on Discord. Find me on Discord or Fostodon or Mastodon. And I'll help you when I can. I'll see you in the next video.